On this Monday evening of the third week of Lent, the Church gives us a powerful story from the Old Testament about pride, obedience, and the quiet work of God. We'll also hear the words of Bishop Fulton Sheen as he speaks about humility in a way that cuts through illusion. In our Monday evening reflection from the second book of Kings, chapter 5, we hear Naaman being introduced as highly esteemed and respected by his master, for through him the Lord had brought victory to Aram. He is successful, powerful, valiant. But then we are told almost abruptly, but valiant as he was, the man was a leper. In one sentence, we see both his strength and his weakness. A man can be respected, accomplished, admired, and still carry a wound he cannot fix. It is a little captive girl, a servant, who becomes the unexpected instrument of hope. She tells her mistress, "If only my master would present himself to my prophet in Samaria, he would cure him of his leprosy." A child, a foreigner, a slave. She speaks the truth that sets the whole story in motion. God often begins his work through the small and the overlooked. Naaman goes with letters, silver, gold, garments. He arrives with status and with resources. The king of Israel panics, tearing his garments and crying, "Am I a God with power over life and death, that this man should send someone to me to be cured of leprosy?" The king sees threat and politics, but Elisha sees something else. "Why have you torn your garments? Let him come to me and find out that there is a prophet in Israel." So Naaman comes with his horses and chariots and stopped at the door of Elisha's house. You can almost picture it, the commander, the retinue, the display of rank and power. And then something very simple happens. Elisha does not come out. He sends a message. "Go and wash 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will heal, and you will be clean." And Naaman is furious. I thought that he would surely come out and stand there to evoke the Lord, his God, and would move his hand over the spot, and thus cure the leprosy. He had imagined the scene. He had expectations. Then he protests. "Are not the rivers of Damascus, the Abana and the Pharpar, better than the waters of Israel? Could I not wash in them and be cleansed?" His anger reveals something deeper than disappointment. It reveals wounded pride. He was ready to do something extraordinary. He would have climbed mountains, offered treasure, performed some grand gesture. But to simply wash in the muddy Jordan? To obey a simple command without ceremony? He probably felt that was beneath him. And yet, it is his servants again, those beneath him in rank, who gently reason with him. "My father, if the prophet had told you to do something extraordinary, would you have not done it? All the more now, wash and be clean, should you do as he said." There's wisdom in that. Sometimes we resist the very simplicity that would heal us. So Naaman went down and plunged into the Jordan 7 times at the word of the man of God. And then comes this beautiful line. His flesh became again like the flesh of a little child, and he was clean. Not just restored, but renewed like a child. Naaman returns and stands before Elisha. "Now I know that there is no God in all the earth except in Israel. The man who arrived with chariots now stands with humility. The man who expected a performance now gives a confession of faith. Lent quietly asks something similar of us. Not dramatic displays, not spiritual heroics, but simple obedience. Prayer each day. Confessions made honestly. Forgiveness offered. Charity practiced. We may want something more impressive, something that proves our seriousness. But God works through the ordinary, the small, the humble. Is it possible that the thing we resist most is the very path to healing? Tonight, maybe there is something simple the Lord has been asking of you. A conversation you've been avoiding, a habit you need to let go, a return to prayer. Like Naaman, we may have expected something grand, but the invitation may simply be, wash and be clean. Hello friends, it's Aaron. If you are new here, welcome to the Sacred Heart family where we pray together, walk with the saints, and reflect on the gospel every day. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell. It's free and helps us stay connected. And if this reflection brings you peace tonight, click the like button and share it with someone you love. As we prepare our hearts for rest, we now turn to the wisdom of Bishop Fulton Sheen. No man is good unless he is humble, and humility is a recognition of truth concerning oneself. A man who thinks he is greater than he actually is not humble, but a vain and boastful fool. Well, that's direct and it's meant to be. Humility, as Bishop Sheen says, is not thinking poorly of ourselves. It is a recognition of truth concerning oneself. Truth is not exaggeration upward or distortion downward. It's just truth. Naaman's struggle was not that he was powerful. It was that he thought his power entitled him to a certain kind of miracle. He expected God to move in a way that suited his image. And when it didn't, he bristled. That's the subtle danger Bishop Sheen is talking about. When we think we are greater than we are, we stop seeing clearly. A vain and boastful fool is kind of harsh language, but it exposes something. Pride makes us foolish because it blinds us. It makes us resistant to correction, defensive when challenged, dismissive of simple paths. It isolates us from grace because we insist on controlling everything. Humility, on the other hand, opens the door. It allows us to receive from a prophet who doesn't come outside. It allows us to listen to a servant and then step into the muddy waters of the Jordan with hope. As we lie down tonight, perhaps the quiet prayer is simply this: Lord, show me the truth about myself. Help me to amend my life and guide me to real peace. I invite you to share your intentions in the comments of the video so that the Sacred Heart family may walk with you in faith and charity. Please join me in our Catholic evening prayers, uniting our hearts with the Church's March devotion to St. Joseph. You can click the link in the center of the screen now, and I'll see you there. God bless.